Hello and welcome to another episode of Nurse Amy Academy, and I'm Nurse Amy. I'm laughing because I'm not. Anyway, so today's going to be a follow up of, I think it was my last episode. We talked about the difference between hand washing and PPE. And what I did the last episode was actually to tell you what the difference is. So how you know, just going forward, which one is hand washing, which one is PPE. And so I got a lot of response on that. And one thing people wanted to know, and which I'm going to take care of today, is what to do in those skills. What are different things? I have talked about them separately before, but I'm going to put them together and hopefully it helps you. So come on back. Yes, so what to do with hand washing and what to do with PPE skill. So first and foremost, remember when I talked about PPE skill, the PPE is for you, not for the patient, for you. So the difference between PPE, introduction with PPE and introduction with hand washing. For PPE, you must have your PPE on before you do your introduction. So what is in the introduction? At this time, we're talking about introducing yourself and stating what skills you're going to do. When you're introducing yourself, you just make sure, again, do what you need to do. Tell them what the skill is because they have a right to know. They have a right to know your name. They have a right to know what you're there for. Because they have a right to what? They have a right to refuse. Okay, so after you've done that, the next thing then will be go get your supplies, right? So introduction, this is the way I teach my class. Before introduction, PPE, have your PPE on before you go into that room where you're going to breathe the air of that person. You make sure you have your PPE on. Hand washing is different. Hand washing, you go in there just like any other skill. You don't need the PPE on. So for PPE skill, have your PPE on before introduction. For any other skill, including hand washing, you don't need to have anything on. Okay, you just go in there, do your introduction, and then go get your supplies for both of them. So the thing about PPE is you need to have your PPE on during introduction, during the skill, and after you close. Now, only after you've closed before you take off your PPE. And then at the end of taking off your PPE, you use the hand sanitizer. Again, guys, I'm just going to throw out a disclaimer here. I am especially referring to Ohio State students. I don't know how it's done in Indiana or in Kentucky, in Maryland or in California, how you do your PPE and hand washing. I don't know. However, it's probably going to be a very slight variation. Okay. If you're not clear about it, go ahead, reach out to me. We'll work it out together. Okay. I'm here to help you. For hand washing, okay, after you've introduced, you've got your supplies, you've done your skill, and then you close. You then go to wash your hands. You don't end the skill with hand sanitizer. So let me go through that again. For PPE skills, remember the PPE equipment, the personal protective equipment is for you to protect you and not the patient. So never, ever, never be in the presence of your patients without your PPE. Because you got to protect yourself. Remember, they're infected. They're going to infect you. They're going to turn you into a zombie. I'm just trying to put things in perspective because this is how I teach my class, okay? I say things like that. You're going to turn into a zombie. Have you seen The Walking Dead? Yes. So if you go in there without the PPE, you are going to be turned. Okay. So just think those kind of things. I'm being funny, but I'm trying to help you to put things in perspective here. So with PPE, you have your PPE on before introduction. You have your PPE on when you're getting your supplies and when you're doing your skills. You have your PPE on when you close. And then after you've closed, meaning you're never going back to the room again. When I say never, meaning for that skill, that's what's implied. Then you go take off your PPE and then you use the hand sanitizer and you're done. For hand washing, there's no PPE. Okay, so you go and do your introduction, get your supplies, do your skills, and then close. After you have closed, you then go to the sink and wash your hands. You don't end with a sanitizer. In the state that I teach it, every skill begins with hand sanitizer. Every skill begins with hand sanitizer. This is something I tell my students. When you put the hand sanitizer on your hands, you can be rubbing those hand sanitizers as you are doing your introduction for a non-PPE skill. For a PPE skill, you're going to, because you cannot go into the room without your PPE anyway, so you're not going into the room. But for any other skills and hand washing skills, you can be rubbing your hands as it dries. Remember, you can fan or blow on the hand sanitizer. What will be the point? You're blowing germs back on the hands you sanitize. So don't. So you can be doing, so that's a tip I'm giving you. While you're stating your skill and introducing yourself, you can be rubbing your hands. Okay. So we're doing hand washing now. Then when you're done, you go to wash your hands. So every skill begins with hand sanitizer. However, PPE ends with hand sanitizer. Hand washing ends with hand washing. One mistake that I've seen in my class: those that have hand washing skills go to wash their hands before the skill. You failed it. It is wrong. You start, every skill begins with a hand sanitizer. Okay, every skill begins with a hand sanitizer. Do your introduction. However, different skills end differently. PPE ends with hand sanitizer. Other skills end with hand sanitizer. Hand washing is the only skill that ends with hand washing. Please understand that. If you need clarification, let me know. Okay, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember to visit Glam Care Academy. Remember to subscribe here, please. Thumbs up, and also hit the notification bell if you haven't, so every time I drop a new video, you're the first to know. Thank you so much for the support from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for sharing my videos. I'll see you in the next episode.